The snow is melting outside, and that means it's warm enough to get our back door finally installed. This is our back door opening covered by OSB while we waited for it to come in forever and ever. It seemed like it took forever. So in case you guys haven't seen the door yet, here it is. This is a pre-finished door, so you can see we chose the same navy blue finish, and we got it pre-finished because there's no way for us to get a good finish like this, especially at this time of year. So this is the back door from the outside, and I had put this in kind of temporary just to try to keep our heat in. So I guess now we can pull all this out. I think there's a screw in here somewhere. So the good thing about being warm is that we can get this done without freezing. But the bad thing is I gotta stand here being dripped on, which is kind of annoying. So I'm gonna be screwing some boards on here, hopefully in a good spot. And this will just keep the door from falling out. We're actually going to install it from the inside, which is not very typical. But I just don't want the door falling out forward, so that'll hold it in place. You want another one on the top?
Yeah.
I'll get this almost all the way out. And I'll just leave it 1 or 2 screws in. Got it?
Yep.
So now's the tricky part. We got to pop this off and fix the weather tape. We put some flashing tape on the sill previously, but after we gutted the bathroom, throwing all that stuff out and coming in and out all the time, we kind of messed it up. So we'll just patch that up quick, and then I think we just put the door in.
Yeah.
Right here.
Okay. That's better. So we just have the door snugged in with these shims, not hooked yet, but we can open it. And we're going to be pulling the weather stripping off so that we can put our screws in without damaging it, which are going to be right here, kind of underneath where that is. We don't tighten these up yet. And the reason they want you to put the screw in first and then the shim is so that you can adjust it before tightening up the screw. If you screw through that shim, you can't slide it in and out. So, okay, we got the door held in place and we're checking it out, and it looks like it's having the same exact problem as our front door, which is really weird. And that is right here. You see how those don't align? You can see the cutout for this latch plate. And look at the cutout for the actual latch. It is an 1/8 inch or more lower. And you can see it's, I mean, I'm dead straight on. And the same thing with the deadbolt, which is harder to see. This is easy to see because it's notched out on the front. But the door hangs lower by at least an 1/8 inch. And it's plumb, it's level, the floor is level, and this gap right here is a perfect, just a hair over 1/8 inch. I would say 1/8 inch gap. I measured it. It is perfect all the way across. So the point is that I cannot raise the door anymore. It would throw this gap off and it'd be entirely too close to this jam piece. So how could this be too low, but I have nowhere to raise it to? There's just nowhere. It's totally weird that we would buy two doors from the same company over a month apart. And right, Ash, a month apart?
Yeah.
And they both are cut identically incorrect. So that when you put the latches on, they're not going to be inlined, which means they're going to have a hard time latching properly. It is so weird. I can't believe that. We're going to go with it. We're going to move forward and install it. But I've looked at every possibility, and the only way to fix it is to have the door rubbing on the top, or to have the door unplumbed, crooked. I mean, the floor is level. Everything's perfect. And even on the front door, like you guys saw in a previous video, they admitted fault. They said, yeah, that's incorrect, and they gave us a partial refund. We could probably do the same thing on this door if we felt like it, because it is wrong. This is always the hard part, all the shimming and leveling. But we're getting it. I think that looks good. Alright guys, the door is finished actually. It looks really good. Except for my really messy spray foam. But that's just how it goes. After that expands and cures, I'll go ahead and cut off the excess and it's going to look so good. I always make a big mess when I spray foam. I shouldn't say all done. I actually didn't install these yet. I'm going to think about it for a moment. Because if I install them and put the screws in, that's just more holes. I want to think about maybe, I don't know, making that work better. So now that this door is done, we got to take care of another problem out here. You notice that we have chickens on the loose. Let's go take a look at our gate. We installed this gate just recently, and it's been doing a really good job of keeping our chickens in the run. But what happened was some of the chickens found out that they could fly up through here or over this because it's pretty low. And then what happens is once one chicken starts doing it, the others see it and they just start copying each other. So now we got a whole bunch of chickens just flying right over. So I'm going to go ahead and patch that up. And luckily we have a piece of wire right here. Actually, this fencing was here. I forget where it was from, but it's just been leaning against a tree here. And I think it's going to be perfect for this gate. I'm just trying to make sure this is all straight. We got the gate secured. Let's see how it works. Come on. So you can see how I hooked that wire on there with some zip ties. Now they can't get up and over as easily. It's about 5 feet high now. So that's pretty good. There's still weak spots in the fence, and we'll keep tackling those as we find them. As we see the chickens getting out, we'll keep tightening it up, adding wire, fixing holes, whatever we need to do. So now that the door is in and everything's looking good, I actually have a plan to cover this wall, so I thought this would be a good time to do it. I'm going to be doing a kind of faux wood wall right here, using some T111 siding, and I'll show you what that is in a minute. But basically I'm going to be covering this wall and this little side wall right here with siding material because I think it's going to look really cool, and I just wanted a different texture right here in the entryway. Personal thing. So here's the siding. And this is actually just a smart side product. It's made out of OSB, but it has wood grain and these grooves 8-inch on center. And I'm going to be doing that around that doorway just for fun. Oh, perfect. I don't know how well you can see this in the lighting, but it actually looks really good. I'm face nailing it, and I'm not worried about seeing the nails because I'm going to paint this, and they'll blend right in. Just need to trim that hole up a little bit more. I know some of you guys might think, Doug, you just took out all the paneling, why are you putting that up? It really looks good. The texture, the depth. I really wanted to break up all the white that we're doing all over the house. So I'm going to start adding a couple of accent walls here and there. And I think this is really good looking. And it looks rough, but it's actually pretty smooth. It's like a smooth roughness. I guess I got one more piece to put in, the top. So let's hope this one goes in well. This is actually the cutoff from the bottom, and I only had to cut it to width. The height was actually pretty close. Oh, that looks good. Good enough. Well, looks pretty good. There is a slight gap at the top here and there. The drywall ceiling isn't so perfect, but we can caulk that and it'll be all covered. You won't even see it. And actually right there, that's all going to be tapered in with drywall compound because it's the seam there. So I'm also going to cap this edge with a little a wooden corner trim. But I'm not going to do that yet because I want to finish this drywall without getting compound and a mess all over the wood. So I'm going to leave that exposed, but there it is, it's done. Just a little accent wall coming into the kitchen from the back door to define it as an entry and separate it from the rest of the solid, smooth walls in the house. I really like it. I like how it came out. But now we have to pick a color. Do you guys think that I should paint it white like the rest of the walls and just have a texture difference? So the rest of the walls are going to be the paper technique with white paint, so it's just going to be smooth basically. So white walls, or do you want me to put an accent color in this entry area? Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. What color should the wall be? Pick your color, and if you guys see somebody who said a color that you like, give them a thumbs up. I want to see what color that you guys think this wall should be. Keep in mind, we're going to have the blue door stays blue. So guys, that's all we have for today. It was actually a lot that we got done, even though it seems small, because that back door we've been waiting for over a month and it's installed. And it looks so good. Disappointed about those misaligned latches. I'm going to look at it. I don't know if you noticed, I didn't put the strike plates on. Not only did we fix our back door, we fixed the chicken gate, which was cool because they started escaping. We were hoping the chickens would free range in the field and in the pasture, and but
all
instead,
they want to do is stay like right in our yard and
yeah, right up on the house. So
and go on the trailer, and then that gets a mess. And
yeah, so we're dealing with that little at a time, and we're also. Wait, what else did I do? Oh yeah, and then we got this wall done. The wall looks good. We're happy with how that came out. Remember, put your color suggestions in the comments. I want to know what you think that wall should be. And if you noticed, we're in the utility room because I wanted to show you guys this. We put some drywall on the wall in here. So that's done. And up here we got the vent ready for the dryer. We've had some people ask about how is the dryer going to vent, because this room, it just goes straight up. It's going to go over and out, right over the ceiling. That's really the only way I could accomplish it in the space that we're working in. And this is just a utility room, so we don't mind some exposed ductwork. As you can see, there's all kinds of things.
Yeah.
And
we're not going for like looks in here.
It was possible to go down and out the crawl space. Because of where we live, we do get a lot of snow and stuff, and I didn't want the dryer vent really low to the ground going out the crawl space. Wall, I didn't want to knock a hole through a block wall, and I got plywood to finish off this wall. We'll be doing that soon. So this whole room's going to be done. It's going to look really cool in here.
And then we'll be tiling in here.
Yep. So I don't know how much we're going to show in here. It's kind of just a small room, but we'll try to take you along, at least give you updates on the progress in here. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But that's all we have for now, so until next time, take care.
Bye.